Have a free $5,000 play to start off the week with a big W. New week, new energy. Let's dominate once again another week. Last week, transparency's key, team. Never gonna lie to you guys, never gonna look at you guys in the eyes and say I had a great week. And the reality is I lost $7,000. Yesterday we had an opportunity to salvage it. We had Saints plus 9.5 last leg to win the week, and the Saints got destroyed. Terrible call nonetheless. The $10,000 play won. Hard Rock only allowed me to place it for $7,500. Here's a ticket. It was Texans money line, which I give it to you guys completely for free in the video. And for the most part, if you guys caught the NFL video, most of the games won. Vikings on Thursday did not win by any means, but on Sunday we did dominate from start to finish. Eagles minus 7.5. We also gave you guys the Packers money line, which dominated at the very end of the game. Also provided you Houston money line, which was one of those games that sounded trappy. I also did say the Saints, but the Saints ended up losing that game. But ultimately, new week, new energy. Let's get to the money. You guys are growing, learning. Share the show with a couple buddies that like to sports bet, because today we got some big time winners. We're going to start the week with some big time W's. And so you guys know a little boosted odds bet that I took was the Jays to win the World Series at plus 190. Here's the tickets. So if you guys want to take it, it's not an official play, but I have it. I think there's a lot of value for that play. And we're going to cover this game for today. Game 3, Dodgers in LA facing Toronto Blue Jays. It's line to open up at minus 196. As you guys can see right here and right now, sitting at around minus 200 in favor of the Dodgers. The Dodgers are attracting the money and support. 71% of the bets, 60% of the handle. On the run line, 77% of the bets and 85% of the handle. The public loves the Dodgers at home in this spot. You got Glasnow versus Scherzer, and there's a reason why the public loves the Dodgers, and it's because Glasnow has been dominant over his last few games. Let's transition into Glasnow's numbers. Look at his last 5 games. Beautiful. One blow-up game against San Francisco, 4 earned runs, but for the most part, he has been dealing over his last 3-4 games. Versus Toronto, he did give up 2 earned runs and lost that game this season on August 10th, 2025, but ultimately he's been pitching them well and not allowing too many runs. He allowed 4 earned runs against Toronto in 2023. This was 2 years ago. Those teams have changed quite a bit, so we're not going to factor that in. On the flip side, you got Scherzer. Scherzer faced the Dodgers this season at the same time, very similar time frame that Glasnow faced the Toronto Blue Jays. August 8th, allowed 2 earned runs. And Scherzer showed up last game out versus Seattle. Everybody saw the image of him not wanting to get taken out of the game and screaming at the coach. That's what you want from a veteran pitcher in the spot. And he is a veteran on the mound. That benefits him and at the same time doesn't benefit him, because he's lost his speed, but he also has experience. So it's one of those situations where it has a angle on both sides. Now, when we look at Tyler Glasnow, guys, this season versus Toronto, 4 hits, 2 RBIs. Those 2 RBIs came from Guerrero and Ty France. Ty France is not playing today. The couple hits that he gave up, Bo Bichette being one of them, Guerrero and Lo Perfido, which we doubt he's going to be playing today. When we look at Scherzer versus this Dodgers teams, there's more hits, right? Hernandez, Pages, Mookie Betts, Ohtani, 2 at-bats, 1 double. He allowed 2 earned runs in that game, very similar to Glasnow in that spot. Now, when we look at the splits here, guys, the splits here for postseason analysis, you see something that's quite impressive here. 2025 stats for Scherzer, 3.18 ERA. Now let's look at Glasnow in the spot. 2025, 0.68 ERA in playoffs so far for Glasnow. Glasnow's been dominant this season, to say the least, guys. Now let's transition on to player props. See right now who they have favored to get more hits, and based on the odds, you would assume that the Dodgers, right? Over 8.5 at plus 110, over 7.5 at minus 125 for the Toronto Blue Jays. A little bit closer for the odds that we're seeing. Minus 200, you typically see bigger gaps between that. When we look at the earned runs, they do have Scherzer projected to give up more earned runs, sitting at under 2.5 compared to Tyler Glasnow at that 1.5 range. Right now, these are the playoff numbers. And as you guys can see right here, this is based walked. The teams that have gotten most walks: Seattle, Dodgers second, Toronto Blue Jays third. Both these teams do really well when it comes to getting walked. When you look at the strikeout numbers as well, Toronto sitting 5th, Dodgers sitting 2nd. Toronto doesn't really strike out too much, but they are ranked top 5 because they've been playing more games than all these teams that got eliminated. Why do I mention that? Because Glasnow's a player that he does walk players. He does rely a lot on his strikeouts, but Toronto doesn't strike out too much, and he does walk. You see the last 2 games, 3 walks, prior to that 1, but prior to that 4 and 4. That can hurt him. And this is a situation as well where the Dodgers are going to use their bullpen. Last game versus Yamamoto, 2 games, fantastic for Yamamoto, but when the bullpen comes into the game, this is where Toronto has the edge. The bullpen and getting those hits against the Dodgers' bullpen. So I do like the spot once again for Toronto Blue Jays, guys. I like him at plus 1.5. You're sitting at minus 115 for a game that they can lose by 1 or they can ultimately win once the bullpen comes into play, right? Now, briefly, I want to talk about NBA because we got Portland Trailblazers versus the Lakers today. Line opened up in favor of the Trailblazers at minus 1.5, and it's currently sitting at minus 2.5. Doncic is out. Austin Reeves put up 51 points yesterday. Doubt he's going to do that again, and that's their main offensive piece. Money and support right now is going a little bit more towards Portland on the money. On the bets, the public is all over the Lakers. And ultimately, guys, the Portland Trailblazers have been a great team so far. This team is very defensively efficiently. They got Drew Holiday, which is going to be all over Austin Reeves today. And I want to see the money and support for this game, but I love this spot for the Portland Trailblazers. I really do. Doncic being out, now they're going to rely on Reeves. Reeves just put up 50 points. A big game for him. Typically, they don't do that in back-to-back nights, especially against a tough team like Portland. Give me Portland in the spot, but I will be finalizing this play closer to game time. Follow my Telegram. I will be posting it on Instagram. And along with that too, if you guys have not gotten your remainder of the year pass, there's a couple spots left. You get every single play. Remember, I only do these videos Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. 3 days a week you get free plays, sometimes 2 depending on my schedule. So ultimately, if you guys want to get every play, that's where you get it, guys. So that is it for today. Let's win the day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.